First off, I just want to say thank you guys for participating in this program. Whatever got you in here, you guys made a decision, made a mistake, whatever you want to call it, you ended up here. You guys had a choice. You guys went to trial, it happened. This is where you ended up, this is your sentence. These dogs, they don't do anything wrong. They end up in jail. They don't have an attorney, they don't have anybody for them. They end up in the pound and they end up dead. That's what happens to them, especially pit bulls. It's close to 1 out of 800 makes it out of the pound alive now. Alarming numbers. So first off, I want to say thank you for having me here, and thank you guys for doing what you're doing. It's very important, because you're giving these dogs a chance. Okay, while you're in here, you're making the best of a situation. Very important. You're giving these dogs a little guidance and showing them, because a lot of people don't want their dogs, they turn them in because they're not trained. You guys have the opportunity to learn how to train a dog, and you'll realize, I don't know how long you guys have had these dogs, but you'll start to see the bond between you and these dogs grow real quick. They're very trusting, and once you build a bond with them, that bond doesn't go away. I've had dogs that I've rescued 2 years later, I haven't seen them in 2 years. They see me, they realize who I am, and it's like, I'm the greatest thing that ever happened. If I walk out of my house and come back in, it's like I've been gone for 20 years. You know, so real important what you guys are doing, and I appreciate it. There's a saying, they say, you know, you take your girlfriend and your dog and you put them in the trunk of your car. Don't actually do this. You come back in 20 minutes, you see who's happy to see you. It's gonna be your dog. A lot of people, you know, they feel that if you're compassionate in any way to either a human or to an animal, that it makes you soft. Just because you're compassionate does not make you soft. It actually makes you harder. If you want to be compassionate, it's a lot harder to be compassionate and show compassion to an animal than it is to abuse an animal. So don't let anybody fool you because you're in a program and you're helping animals that you're soft, and because you hold an animal. You know, to love an animal is not a bad thing. And it's very important that you guys learn the love of an animal, and especially a pit bull. You'll never find a dog that's going to love you as much as a pit bull. I have dogs that I've rescued from the worst situations, from dog fighting rings. I just took one from a dog fighting ring a couple of weeks ago. Her leg was down to the bone. I mean, you could see the bone just sticking out. Little 35-pound pit bull. She's the sweetest little thing in the world. I took her leg off. We had to remove her leg surgically. She's running around, jumping, playing. She's like a new dog, like puppies. I took another one from DeKalb County. Somebody shot it and set it on fire. That dog went to an elementary school and met 450 kids. She was an ambassador to the breed. They're resilient animals, man, and you can learn a lot from them. No matter what they've been through, they tend to just succeed. And you guys, it goes the same thing for humans too. Everybody has their ups and downs. Everybody's done things that they regret in life, but it doesn't mean that you have to continue on that same path. So from here on out, you guys can still go to the next level and do good things. Unfortunately, a lot of people judge people by the way they look. I get judged all the time. I'm fully tattooed. I have tattoos on my face. I have tattoos on my hands. I went to help somebody the other night. They automatically assumed that my tattoos came from prison. I've never done time. Not saying I've never done anything bad. I've never done time. Doesn't mean anything though. What matters, it matters what you do when you get out of here. And what you're learning right now is something that a lot of people, no matter what Ivy League school they went to or what level of education that they have, they might never learn. They might never learn the love of an animal. So you guys have an opportunity here, and I think that you should take advantage of it. With that being said, I'll tell you a little bit about my organization. I run Friends to the Forlorn Pit Bull Rescue. I started, October 9th will be 4 years. Yes, 4 years. It started, it was kind of weird how it started. I've always been a dog lover. I was born into a house 40 years ago. My parents had a pit bull. Back 40 years ago, nobody knew what a pit bull was. They weren't on the news. You didn't hear about dog fighting. You didn't hear about Michael Vick. You didn't hear about those things. Nobody knew what a pit bull was or what a pit bull was capable of. So I grew up with one. And one of the greatest dogs we've ever had. I've always had a dog. And as I got older and moved out, I didn't have time for a dog, but I always loved animals. And back in 2000, excuse me, It's all right, no big deal. It happens. Back in 2005, I lost my brother, and it was unexpected. And it sent me into a really bad place mentally. I just fell into depression. And the only thing that kind of brought me out of it was a little pit bull puppy that I took in, that I rescued from somebody. They had a little 5-week-old pit bull puppy. And the little pit bull puppy, his name was Angelo, he gave me a reason to get up in the morning and a reason to want to do things. I had to walk him, and he was a life, and I was responsible for him. So it kind of snapped me out of what I was going through, you know, and I saw how people were towards him. Even at 5 weeks old, he fit in my hand. And people were telling me, oh, it's a pit bull, he's going to turn on you, he's going to eat you, he's going to do this. And I just saw the plight of what happens to him. And I said, you know something, it's horrible that nobody sticks up for these dogs. Nobody, even dog lovers hate pit bulls. Everybody hates pit bulls. The only people who like pit bulls are the wrong people. You know, it's people who want to gangbang, people who want to fight these dogs and use them for intimidation. They think that makes you look tough. Walking a dog with a big spike collar on it makes you look tough. And a dog pulling you all over the place. No, you know what makes you look tough? When you can stand up against the people who are doing stupid things to animals, and you can rescue them and you can save them. That makes you tough because it's a lot harder. So 4 years ago, I started my organization. And I did it out of my pocket. Within the first 18 months, I spent $40,000 rescuing dogs, and I thought that I could save the world. I used to run around, I'd cut dogs off a chain, steal them off a drug dealer's property, I'd run into crack houses and grab dogs, and I didn't care. I was going to fight the world, and I was going to save these dogs. And then I realized, man, I'm not even scratching the surface. So I'm not getting anywhere. Every time I turn around, it's another dog. And my organization has grown. Last year, I spent $212,000 rescuing these dogs from bad situations. Every month, just to feed I think my group's up to 111 pit bulls right now in our rescue. It costs us about $70 a month just to feed the dogs and put them on their monthly preventative. So let's just call it an even 100 dogs. That's $7,000 a month, and that's without vet bills. But what I also focus on is not only rescuing these dogs, I focus on education. I like to reach out, and that's why I'm here. I go into the areas out here in the West End. I talk to the kids. I teach them. I help them with shots. I run a program called Tails in the Hood, where if I see somebody walking a pit bull on a chain, or if a dog's chained up, I'll go knock on the door, and I'll offer my assistance, and I offer to take them to the pound and show them what happens. And here's where you guys come in. When you get out of here, you guys are going to have a criminal record. A lot of people are not going to want to hire you. A lot of people have already judged you and passed their judgment. With me, passing judgment doesn't rescue dogs, and it doesn't save my mission, doesn't help me at all. So I have the ability to put my feelings aside, and I could walk in there and I want to save animals. You guys can do the same thing. See, because you also have something that you gain from there. You have cred, street cred with these little kids. You know, you guys go in there, they hear it from me, big white guy with tattoos, sometimes they don't want to listen. You guys can go in there, they're going to look up to you. These little kids, and before they go the wrong route, you guys have the opportunity to try to teach them. You're not going to be able to teach everybody, and just like some of you might not hear what I'm saying now. But you guys have an opportunity to make a difference.